this is Kitty Affirmations here, and I'm here to do another video. Yeah, water is important for y'all guys' health. Alright, anyways, I haven't read her book to y'all guys. I think it's been more than a couple months ago that I have not been really into it lately, but I had to look at my previous video where I left off. I'm like, okay, now I know. Alright, so we're getting back into Miley Cyrus, Miles to Go. Boop boop. Alright, so we did leave off at the introduction because I read this part to y'all guys here. Sorry about the light. Alright, so let's hit the introduction. Alright. Okay, and this is going to sound like a weird place to start, but I think a lot about my hands. I was born left-handed. My dad is also a lefty, but he's absolutely convinced that I'm right-handed. I think it's because he has always said lefties has to learn the world backwards. That's actually a good way to look at it. And I know he has had a hard time finding the left-handed guitar every now and then. Whatever the reason, and from the time I started to write, and he had me use my right hand. It worked. And the rest of my life, I'm sorry, I go back. I'm left-handed, but I do write with my right hand. So if you don't like my handwriting, talk to my dad. Just to mess with my left-handed self a little more, and I came across a book about calligraphy and started teaching myself to write Chinese characters with my right hand. On a plane, I was flying a character jet from Los Angeles to New York. The flight was turbulent and the ink spilled at least twice, and I managed to get it all over myself and the paper and the seats on the plane. And then when I tried to clean up the mess in the bathroom, my mom was yelling at me for getting ink everywhere, but I was really into it. The word calligraphic is a Greek for beautiful writing. Believe me, and people, if the Greeks saw what I was doing, they make up a new word for it. But I was immediately obsessed. I drew the character for love, luck, and life. And the knowledge over and over again, first slowly and carefully like a kindergarten, learning to write faster and better. She wrote a note saying one of my first tries. It's supposed to be love, luck, and life. Alright. It's a good thing the plane wasn't equipped for skywriting, or I probably would have tried to convince the pilot to take a stab at the sign for rock on. There got to be an innocent Chinese character for that right. So she wrote 7 hobbies I'm obsessed over for 5 seconds. She got calligraphic, beading, netting for 2 seconds, scrapbooking, reading the life stories of Einstein and being marine biologist, and high fashion. Some people believe that your handwriting tells all your secrets. That the slangs and loops of dots are scribbled to-do lists or notepads in class review. All there is to know about a person. It's a cool idea, but really I think the only thing anyone can tell about me from my handwriting is that I'm supposed to be writing with my other hand. I do almost everything else house, brush my hair, open doors, hold a fork, and carry the reins of my horses. With my left hand, and my dad has a point. I do think the world feels a little bit backwards sometimes, even when I'm trying to keep everything going in the right direction. Maybe because I felt so aware of them, I've always been super protective of my hands. I know I'm weird, but I just feel as though my hands are important. My energy comes from them. Everything I do comes from them. So she wrote a little something on the side here, said you might be reading this word a lot in this book, or at least thinking it. My right hand is for art. I use it to play guitar and to write. My left hand is for caring, for combing my little sister's hair, for holding hands with friends, for comforting Sophia, my puppy, as we fall asleep, and occasionally for slapping my brother Branson upside the head when he's picking on me. I know, but everybody has their limits. I let both my hands wander freely on the piano, searching for the right notes. My hands stir my thoughts when I write in my journal. They rifle through my Bible and finding truths. The beat for the new song emerges as I drum on a tabletop. I feel my way through hard times. I want all I do to artistic and loving. Who I am and what I say, and whatever hope and joy I may spread, it comes from my own two hands. Am I right-handed? Am I left-handed? Am I neither? Am I a singer or an actor? Am I a public person or am I a private person? Why can't I be all these things? I'm on TV, I'm writing a book, but I also love staying at home with my family. And I feel alone in a good way. Instead, in my head, am I the person you know from television, photographs, even this book? Or are we all, each of us, more exclusive and harder to define? Who am I to say? Most people know me as Hannah Montana, but Hannah is a television character. She's fiction. Sure, I put a lot myself into her. I try to make her come to life, but that doesn't make her real, and it doesn't make her me. This is my very own book, my first chance to tell my own story in my own words, but to tell my story, I had to talk about Hannah, and that's okay, because I think that's why people related to both Hannah Montana and Miley Stewart, my alter egos on TV. There are multi-sides to all of us, who we are and who we might be if we follow our dreams. It seems like I'm always answering questions about myself. I do interviews on TV and radio and for magazines. I talk to paparazzi and strangers on the street. Over and over I tell people, and so far it's always true. That's the tour going great, and the show is too much fun. And I'm so proud of my album. But nobody ever comes up to me and asks, hey, how do you feel about your hands? How are they connected to your art? What do they mean to you? This book is a place where I can explain jokes and muse and explore what's truly important to me. I want to answer questions I never asked. I want to let my guard down. I don't want to talk about what music means to me. And I want to show that my life isn't all sunshine. And she wrote a little thing on that side called Surprise Prize. Okay, it's my life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. It's not like that. I've never been hurt or broken. I felt pressure, unwanted, sad, bored, and lonely. And I felt great joy and gratitude. I want to share who I really am, not the straight edge and Photoshop and glossy girl who appears on magazine covers, but a Nashville born middle child who loves Marilyn Monroe and hates vegetables and has always had some rather funny ideas about her own hands. When I started working on this book, I was 15 and turned 16 by the time. And there goes your answer for my first video when she wrote this book. I'm pretty young to be writing about my life, but I consider pretty young for plenty of things I do and enjoy. There's nothing wrong with being young. Young people have lots of energy. We have lots to say. I never had shortage of thoughts and ideas or opinions. I know I'm still near the beginning of my life. I'm having an incredible journey and it's going super fast. So I want to plant a mile marker right here at this particular bend in the road. Before image starts to fade as I keep moving forward, I hope you can kick back. And she scratched a little thing, enjoy the ride, but she scratched that and put, hang out with me for a while. And then she added a little note, forget the cheesy driving metaphor. So there is, see, I approve. That's when she did the love and everything symbol again. And that's her picture of mile one, fake outside the bowl. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and stop it there. And we're going to hit into next, we'll call lyrics and melody. That will be next when I will continue reading this book. So I hope y'all guys enjoyed a little bit of the introduction with this book. But yeah, that's really about it. So I hope y'all guys always have a blessed and positive life. Blessed and positive day. I mean, I don't know where I'm at. But anyways, always stay blessed and smile. Give that faith to others that who needs it. And other than that, no, there's no affirmations on here. So y'all guys always take care. And other than that, God bless and peace out.